Do it.
Stephanie Vaquer gets honest about Rhea Ripley doing the Devil's Kiss. The NXT Homecoming event in Orlando on September 16th stood out as a night that put the spotlight firmly on the women of WWE. For years, the women's division has been an essential part of the growth and identity of NXT, and this special event gave them the chance to headline the evening in the main event. The crowd inside the arena was buzzing with anticipation, and by the time the final match ended, it was clear why the women were given such an important position on the card. The main event featured a clash between two powerful teams. On one side was a star-studded trio of former NXT Women's Champions, Rhea Ripley, Stephanie Vaquer, and Lyra Valkyria, who stepped in to replace Tiffany Stratton for this contest. On the other side stood Fatal Influence, a group made up of current NXT Women's Champion Jacy Jayne, alongside Fallon Henley and Jasmine Nix. The match had all the makings of something special, not only because of the talent involved, but because it represented different eras of women's wrestling in NXT colliding inside the same ring. From the opening bell, the energy was electric. The Orlando crowd was vocal, cheering loudly for Ripley, who remains one of WWE's most popular and dominant figures, while also giving strong reactions to Vaquer, who has quickly become a fan favorite due to her unique style and charisma. Valkyria, who continues to rise in prominence, looked comfortable alongside her more established partners, while Fatal Influence tried to prove that they belonged in the same conversation as these larger-than-life competitors. One of the highlights of the match came when Stephanie Vaquer performed her signature maneuver, the Devil's Kiss. For those unfamiliar with the move, it involves Vaquer locking her opponent's arms tightly using her legs and then crashing her knees into the mat in a dramatic thrusting motion. The visual impact is intense, and the crowd always responds with a roar when she pulls it off. The moment was made even more memorable thanks to NXT announcer Booker T, who has become known for enthusiastically reacting to the move every time it's executed, adding an extra layer of excitement for the fans watching both in the arena and at home. The spot grew even bigger during Homecoming when Rhea Ripley, in a surprising twist, executed the Devil's Kiss at the same time as Vaquer. The crowd absolutely exploded at the sight. Ripley, known for her powerhouse style and devastating riptide finisher, took inspiration from her teammate's signature and turned it into one of the most talked-about moments of the night. Seeing both women perform the move in unison not only thrilled the fans but also showcased the chemistry between the two former champions. It was a small moment in the grand scheme of the match, but it left a lasting impression and demonstrated why Ripley continues to connect so deeply with audiences around the world. The climax of the contest saw Ripley once again take center stage. As the battle reached its conclusion, she delivered her trademark riptide to Jacy Jayne, planting the reigning NXT Women's Champion into the mat with authority. The referee's 3 count secured the victory for Ripley, Vaquer, and Valkyria, sending the crowd home on a high note and further establishing just how impactful the women's division continues to be in shaping the future of NXT. After the match, much of the buzz centered around the collaboration between Ripley and Vaquer, especially the dual Devil's Kiss sequence. Fightful caught up with Stephanie Vaquer to get her thoughts on Ripley using her signature move. Rather than being protective of her creation, Vaquer expressed nothing but joy at seeing Ripley embrace it. "I love it," she said with a smile. "Now in NXT, Rhea doing the Devil's Kiss was amazing, I love that." Her comments made it clear that she sees Ripley not as a rival in that moment, but as a partner in entertaining the fans and elevating women's wrestling to new heights. Just a few days later, Stephanie Vaquer found herself preparing for the biggest match of her WWE career to date. On September 20th, she is set to compete at WrestlePalooza, where she will face Io Sky for the vacant Women's World Championship. The circumstances surrounding the match are unusual, but they have created an opportunity for Vaquer to step into the spotlight on one of WWE's grandest stages. She originally earned her shot at the title by winning a grueling battle royal at Evolution, but her championship match was delayed after Naomi, the reigning champion at the time, announced her pregnancy. This development left the title vacant and opened the door for a fresh showdown, and now Vaquer will attempt to seize the moment against one of WWE's most talented and respected competitors. Io Sky, a former champion herself, represents a huge challenge for Vaquer. Known for her high-flying offense, technical ability, and unmatched resilience, Sky has long been regarded as one of the best in the world. For Vaquer, stepping into the ring with Sky is both a test and an opportunity. A victory would not only make her the new Women's World Champion, but would also immediately solidify her status as a top star in WWE. For a woman who has already captured the attention of fans with her unique offense and undeniable presence, this is the chance to prove she belongs in the very top tier of the company. As Vaquer looks ahead to WrestlePalooza, her ambitions go beyond just one match. When asked about her future dream opponents, she was quick to name two former champions who have defined eras of women's wrestling in WWE. One-on-one with Asuka. I really want that because it's not been one-on-one. Asuka or Rhea, Mommy versus Mamacita, she said. The mention of Asuka, a legend in her own right, shows that Vaquer wants to test herself against one of the most decorated champions in WWE history. The mention of Ripley, however, sparked even more excitement, as fans immediately began imagining the spectacle of Mommy versus Mamacita. The chemistry they displayed at NXT Homecoming, combined with Ripley's established star power and Vaquer's rising momentum, makes the prospect of that match a dream scenario for many. If Vaquer manages to defeat Io Sky at WrestlePalooza and capture the women's world title, her dream matches may become reality sooner rather than later. Both Asuka and Ripley would have every reason to come after the championship, and Vaquer herself seems eager to take on all challengers. It would mark the beginning of an exciting new era, with a fresh face at the top of the division ready to clash with some of WWE's most beloved and accomplished stars. The story of Stephanie Vaquer's rise in WWE is already becoming one of the most compelling narratives in the women's division. From her breakout performance in NXT to her upcoming opportunity at WrestlePalooza, she has shown resilience, charisma, and in-ring skill that resonates with fans around the world. Her partnership with Rhea Ripley at Homecoming highlighted her ability to shine alongside established stars, while her ambition to face the likes of Asuka and Ripley one-on-one reveals her confidence and hunger for greatness. For Ripley, her participation in the Homecoming main event was yet another reminder of her status as a cornerstone of WWE's women's division. Already a dominant force on the main roster, she continues to inspire and elevate those around her whenever she steps back into the NXT ring. The image of her performing the Devil's Kiss alongside Vaquer will likely be replayed in highlight packages for years to come, not only because of the crowd reaction it received, but because it symbolized the blending of established stardom with rising talent. As NXT Homecoming came to a close, it was clear that the women of WWE had delivered something special. The match served as a celebration of past champions, current stars, and future icons, all sharing the spotlight on one unforgettable night. Stephanie Vaquer's journey is far from over, and her next chapter begins at WrestlePalooza. Whether she emerges victorious against Io Sky or not, one thing is certain. Her desire to face Rhea Ripley and Asuka promises that the WWE Universe will be treated to some incredible matches in the future. Whether she emerges victorious against Io Sky or not, one thing is certain. Her desire to face Rhea Ripley and Asuka promises that the WWE Universe will be treated to some incredible matches in the future.